So if you're anything like me, whenever I watch videos on YouTube about RVs, I like to get a wee nosy inside. So let's go inside and have a look around ours. So this is a 30-foot C-Class. It's a Thor Majestic, and it's actually an ex-rental Cruise America. So if you're thinking of renting from Cruise America, this is what they call the 28A model. So it's identical. So up here we have a nice little handy cabinet above the door for keeping things in. There are some hooks here, and I've got a handy organiser there, just for keeping bits and pieces in as well. One of my pupils made me that, I love it. So coming round into the living area, there's a really good sized sofa here. It's a jackknife sofa, so it folds down into a bed, and it also has a really good amount of storage under it. So that's great. And then above there, there's some more storage. Coming round here above the cab, I've just made this into a sort of comfy area for reading in with some nice throws and cushions that I bought. But this does turn into a bed as well. It's a really good size bed. You would easily fit 2 adults up there. There is a board that comes across here to fill in this gap here to make the bed bigger, so that is really good. The cab is just a standard Ford E450 cab. Nice and comfortable when we're driving. Coming round to the dinette area, this is a good size as well, with some more storage above it. There is loads of storage in this van. The dinette does fold down into a bed, probably not a double bed. It would probably be enough just for 1 adult or 1 child. But it is a really nice area. And look at the views you get. It is pretty impressive. Okay, moving round into the kitchen area, we have a 3-burner stove. This runs off propane, so that's handy. There's also a microwave. We hardly ever use that. We are on hookup at this site, but we're very rarely on hookup. You can run it off the generator, but we try not to use the generator, so we don't really use the microwave. We also don't cook inside now. We've got a propane grill that we use outside, so Les cooks on that. I'd be lying if I said we cook on it. Les cooks on it. Above the sink there's more space for storing things in. Also down here, so there is a ton of storage in here, and there's some drawers here. So it's a really nice kitchen area. Moving around here we have the fridge, and above that is the freezer. They both run off either electric or propane. As I say, we're in hookup just now, so we're running it off the electric, but it works really well off propane as well. So that's kind of the living area. I'll just come back so you can see the proportions of that. It is really nice. So moving into the shower area. So this is the shower. It works really well. You get good hot water from it. It has nice water pressure. There's quite a high dome in it, so if you're a bit taller, it does actually give you quite a good amount of space. We have a slide over door for the shower. Some of the models have a curtain, but ours has the door. And then through here we have the toilet. Again, there's good storage in here for all your things. There's storage up there. There is some storage down here for spare towels. There's a cabinet there. And there's also a cabinet here to store things in. So a good amount of storage in there. And what I really like about this model of RV is that when you open the bathroom door, it clicks shut and makes a big space through here, so it divides the main part of the RV from the back living area, so it gives you some privacy when you're in the back. So we'll move through to the bedroom now. It is a good size bed. I think it's called a queen bed. So it's a really good size. It's got nice bright windows on both sides. Again, a ton of storage on either side. The long cabinets at either side were designed for hanging clothes up on, but when you're on a camping holiday, you're not really wearing the kind of clothes that you need to hang up. So I actually bought some of the hanging organisers from Walmart and made it into shelving instead, and that's much better use of the space. Again, at either side we have hooks just for hanging up jackets, and there's also a curtain that you can pull across for some extra privacy if you want, and there's a vent up there which is nice if you need to let in some cool air. So yeah, for us this is an ideal design of RV, and we really like the floor plan. We like the fact that the dinette and the sofa are opposite each other. In some RVs that we looked at, they were side by side, which didn't really make sense. It didn't give you a good sort of living area. So we like having them opposite each other. It's very simple, there's no slides, which again for us is perfect. The way we see it is that if you have electric slides, it's more things that can go wrong, really. So yeah, this one is very simple, very basic, but we love it. One thing I will say is, if you rent from Cruise America, normally all the cabinets are the same colour like the wooden ones at the back. But whoever had this one before us painted the ones in the living area white. And we actually really like that. We feel that it kind of opens it up a bit and brightens it up. And they also put on the backsplash in the kitchen area, which again we like. I don't know if you can see that. It's designed to look old, but it's actually new. It's not all cracked like that. That's just the design of it. It's designed to look like it's old and worn. Yeah, so that is the inside of our RV. One thing I forgot to mention on my little walk round is that there are a lot of power points in the RV. So if you are on hookup, you won't have any problem getting your devices charged up or using your various things like toaster, kettle, hairdryer and so on. There is also a thermostat here for the heater or the furnace. So if you get cold at all, if you're in a cold area, you can set that and the heating will work. Again, it's run from propane. And up here is a control panel that should give you an idea of the levels in your RV. So if you press that, it will tell you whether the battery's full, the propane, the fresh water, the black tank and the grey tank. Also for the water pump to work, you have to switch this on, and for the generator you would turn it on up here. We don't use our generator. We find them to be quite loud and annoying on campgrounds, and we do have a solar system that I'll show you later on. So we try not to use the generator because it just annoys other campers and there's no need really. And there is air conditioning in this RV up here, so if you're on hookup you can use that, or you can also run it off the generator. It actually works really well if you're on a hot site. And there are loads of these lights that work up here. You don't need to be on hookup for them to work, so they're great obviously for at night. And there's another vent here at the front, so there's a vent in the bedroom, a vent at the front, and also one in the bathroom. I've closed all the curtains now because it is quite hot at this site, so we're trying to keep the sun out. So I'll just take you on a wee walk round of the outside of the RV now. So as you can see, we always have a Scottish flag flying, and we have a little sign here, always at home, wherever we roam. Elaine and Les from Scotland. So if you ever see us in a campground, come and say hi. We bought this really good screen cover off Amazon. It was only about $30, but it's great for keeping the heat out and also for giving us some privacy inside, and it fits perfectly on the E450. So I'll show you some of the storage we have. This little cubby hole here is great for putting tools in. It's locked at the moment, so I won't bother unlocking it, but that's a really handy storage compartment. We have obviously this little bit here for hooking back the door so it doesn't blow in the wind. This is the propane in here, so whenever we run out of propane, that's where it gets filled up. I don't know much else about it, but that's the propane. The main feature storage-wise is the back here. So I'll open this up. That's our Scotland flags there. I'll open this up and you can see how much space there is inside here. So this is the back basement, and we basically have room in here for both our e-bikes, both our inflatable kayaks, the propane bottle for our outdoor grill, our gazebo, our deck chairs, what else? Our outdoor rugs, and there's still space for other things. So it's a really, really good sized space. Now you can access it from the back of the RV, but you can also access it from either side. So it opens at this side, it opens at the back, and it also opens from the other side. So it's a really good space because it's so easy to access anything that you want in it. And we've just put some stickers up here of some of the places that we've been to in this RV so far. And hopefully we'll collect lots more. Yes, so that's a huge storage space there. It's really, really handy. Coming round the other side, obviously that's where we fill up with gas. This is where the electric cable goes for the hookup. This is the only site we've been in this holiday, I think, that's had hookup. No, we've been on one other site with hookup. Down here is where you empty the tanks. So that's where all the dirty work gets done. Those are the levers down there. Obviously you would empty the black one first and then flush it out with the grey. So that's the tanks there. And I think these compartments here are for the batteries and so on, so I won't lift them up. But yeah, the storage at the back of this RV is great. There's so much room. Like I say, that it's a real plus that we can fit our e-bikes in there. They just fold in half and go in the back. So it's great. Really practical. One thing I forgot to mention on my walk round is that Cruise America advertised this RV as a 7-berth, which is definitely doable, and there are 7 seatbelts in it, so from a safety point of view, it's not a problem. A couple of years ago, we rented this size from Cruise America and went over with my parents, and Mum and Dad slept in the back, and me and Les slept over the cab. And there was definitely room for 4 adults without us getting in each other's way. So it is a really good size. So as I mentioned earlier, we very rarely use hookup sites, and we also very rarely use the generator. We prefer using solar power. So we've got these 5 foldable solar panels. They are 400 watts. And we also have a 1500 all-powers pack, which is what we connect the solar to. And this is really handy because once the pack is fully charged, we can use it to run any of our electrical devices off in the RV. So we can plug our phones into it, cameras, toaster, kettle, hairdryer, projector when we watch movies outdoors. So it's actually really, really handy. It doesn't take long to charge, especially on a nice day like today when we've got the solar panels facing a nice sunny sky. At the moment we also have the batteries for our e-bikes plugged in, so the all-powers pack is getting charged up at the same time as the e-bikes, all off these solar panels. So they're actually well worth investing in. We got a good deal on them off Amazon. and we wouldn't be without them. We love these solar panels. They're great, they work really well. And it means you don't have to worry about charging things when you're on the road, or you don't have to worry about making sure that you get a hookup site, because it means we've always got access to electricity, which is great. We can also run fans and also heaters off them, so it really is a good system to have. So we love it. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.